Hi everybody, it's Heather. I just wanted to take a few minutes just to show you a different way that you can put together a host packet. So the first thing is I got some of these folders. It was from Business Enhancements. That company isn't in business anymore, but Pampered Chef has some really cool folders, or you can just get plain ones at the dollar store. You can put different stickers on them. You can put Pampered Chef, whatever you want on them. I find it helpful to be in a folder because I feel like it keeps everything together for them. And then inside of here, I always put 4 catalogs and I put 6 order forms. Now some of you might be saying, why would you put 4 catalogs? I have found that if I put 4, the host can keep 1, and then she has 3 to pass around to her guests and customers that say that they can't come. It seems like if you only give them a couple, they don't get the catalogs back, and that really hinders them from getting their outside orders. And then when I put them in their host packet, I always print off the copies that are on Pampered Chef's website. If you go under your promotions and you click on the host specials, guest order forms, you can print these out. It always has what the free guest special is when they spend $75. If you're on direct ship, I always write in $7.25. If you're not, then I would put the $5.25, and then you can figure up what their tax rate is, so it makes it easier for them to figure it. And then I put a copy of what the hostess special is for the month. And then I put all of that over here on the right-hand side. Then I have this sheet. It's called Heather's Tips for an Awesome Show. And it just tells them to make out their guest list, to collect outside orders, to make reminder calls or texts. So it's just kind of a good way to remind them. It's a little bit of host coaching right in their host packet. On the opposite side, on the right-hand side, I usually put 2 more order forms. I try to encourage them to get 2 to 4 orders before I actually arrive. So this makes it easier because they have the order forms. I've had them on sticky notes, all different kinds of things, but it's a little bit more professional when you do it like that. And then I also print these off of the Pampered Chef website. It's the Pampered Host Party Checklist. So it just kind of gives them, you know, where their show comes in at, what items that they get for free. Now, if you buy the folders from Pampered Chef, which I just ordered some, but they haven't come in yet, they look almost like this on the outside, so you could actually just fill the information in on there. Then I have another one. I call this, I'm trying to show it here, Host Incentives. And on here, it just kind of explains some of the things that I do for them, and get it out so that I can show it to you. And I can post all of these also. So it just tells them if they'd like me to do the grocery shopping, have they ever thought of becoming a consultant, what their web address is for their party, encouraging them to invite hosts. Then I always encourage them to fill out a guest list. Either fill this out and email it back to me, mail it to me, whatever's easier. Then I can type up labels and send out their invitations. I find when I mail invitations versus just putting on Facebook or email, it seems like my guest sales are usually double. I usually have $1,000 shows when I actually mail the invitations. And then I give them usually 4 to 5 of the mini catalogs. That way, if they see somebody, they can put these in their purse. They're just easy to hand out to them. They can write their information on here when their show date and time is. So that gives them a little something else. And I put them in these clear paper envelopes. I have lots of those. You can find anything you can at the dollar store or Walmart. And then the last bit of information is I always want to put in some business information. And this is questions you may have about the Pampered Chef. This just says, do you have to be a good cook, a salesperson? Do you have to have inventory? These were some cute little envelopes I had found that had bees on it, because you guys know I raise honeybees. So I thought it was kind of cute. And then you put the opportunity brochure in there as well. If it is a virtual show, then Pampered Chef has actually, instead of the Pampered Host, it says for a virtual show. So their paper is just a little bit different. So I hope you found this helpful. I'm not saying you can't do it different ways. I was just trying to give you my take. Over the last 17 years, I've kind of changed. I've added, I've tweaked, I've tried to do what makes it best. It's better if you can always hand them out at the show, but if you have to mail them, you still want to make sure you have all the information, and then you can go over with your hosts. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.